Hello, welcome to Sports Talk. Chris Ballantyne joined by Hugh Headley. Hugh, let's start off with the Red Deer Rebels. 0-13, they haven't won in over a month. I want to talk about Coach Jesse Wallen. Somebody took to Twitter and said maybe the Rebels should look at relieving Coach Wallen of his duties. Your thoughts?
I think you're going about it wrong. Maybe take, Matt Dumba and Alex Petrovic and trade them for Emerson Edom in Medicine Hat. How about another wild, knee-jerk reaction? Why don't we take the team and move them to Sylvan Lake? How about those are great ideas? Knee-jerk reactions don't work, not in the WHL, not in the NHL. I think that's a stupid move. You got to keep Jesse Wallen. He's a great coach.
I agree with you. I think Jesse Wallen is one of the top coaches in all of junior, and I think he's a coach that you're going to see in the NHL one day, sooner than later, and I don't think that is the right thing. And I understand when teams start losing. I mean, you look at the NFL. Todd Haley was just let go. His team's 4-8 or 5-8, but they've had injuries as well. So you have to take everything into consideration. You look at this team; they have a lot of first-year players. They have they're young guys. So do I think they were as good as their winning streak was last month? No, I don't think they are that good. Do I think this is still a playoff team? Yes, 100%, but they need to get some guys back. I mean, you lost your starting goaltender, Patrick Bartosek, who exceeded expectations, and now you're left with a couple young guys that haven't played a lot in the WHL.
And not only that, their captain.
Yes.
Hurt.
Absolutely.
He's still hurt, isn't he?
He's still out, yeah.
I mean, for most of the month.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these are big injuries. You can't lose a captain and just say, oh, you lost another player for 6 games for one of your
Turner Elson
for 6 games for a illegal hit. I mean, it wasn't.
This has just been a lot of bad luck.
A lot of bad luck. A lot of bad bounces.
Go back to Friday's game against the Brandon Wheat Kings. The Brandon Wheat Kings are a very good hockey team. Mark Stone leading the way there.
Dominated.
But they outplayed Brandon. I thought they deserved to win that game. And talking with Cam Moon on their latest road trip, they deserve to win a game or two of those. But they just aren't getting those breaks. This is not the same team it was last year either. They don't have the scoring with Andre Kaderna gone, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins gone. They've got a few more grinders that they're going to have to grind out a few more games. Yeah. So I still think they make playoffs.
Yeah, I still think that they're a playoff
team.
They'll
right this.
They'll right the ship, and you know what? Don't worry. Once the new year starts, and everything will come back to center. Hopefully that means.
Hopefully, a couple more games here before the Christmas break. Like so let's move over to the NHL. Let's stay with Twitter though. Jeff Adams, I think it's Jeff M. Adams is the official Twitter name. We'll put it up right here. He wrote Shaw TV here at Shaw TV Red Deer is our Twitter handle, asking about why we aren't showing the San Jose Sharks more love.
Love for the Sharks.
I love sharks. I think they're neat animals.
I like teal.
I like teal. I like the name. I like the Shark Tank. Yeah, it's good. What is wrong with the San Jose Sharks? We do talk about the San Jose Sharks up here. What we tend to say about the San Jose Sharks is they are usually led by a soft player. They usually
kind of wears a tutu.
Yes. Can the San Jose Sharks ever get over that hump of being known as playoff chokers? Can Joe Thornton actually lead this team?
Well, you got to hope that he can get past that hump. I don't think he's that guy. I don't think he's a leader. I don't think he's a smart leader. You don't go out and say that the New York Rangers are a softest team that we're going to face this year, or one of the softest, whatever he said about the New York Rangers. You don't win a playoff game, in the first round, and then roll on the ice on your back after you score the winning goal. You don't do that. As a leader, you put up your hands in the air. I mean, yes, I know there's exuberant celebrations in all sports and football.
So would you rather have him say, I am the captain, I am leading you? Would you rather have that being mentioned by Joe Thornton, just pounding his chest and, I am leader? Do you want that instead?
That'd be better. I think I'd like to see, yes, you can get excited. You see that in Pee Wee, you see that in midget.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be embarrassing.
I would be embarrassing. I can't handle that.
You see that in midget. You don't see that in professional sports from your captain.
Yeah, I agree. And Sharks will make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I just don't see them getting by teams like the Detroit Red Wings, Chicago Blackhawks. And I know that they've had the Detroit Red Wings number the last couple playoff years. But I think they just can't get it.
But they did everything they could to beat the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah.
And once they were done with the Detroit Red Wings, they had nothing left.
That's right. So thanks for the question. Keep them coming at Shaw TV Radio here. Or email address, which is right here on the bottom of the screen as well. Let's move over to the NFL. Let's start off.
No fun league.
The no football. It's not football. It's the handball league, according to some people. Tim Tebow, just
he's a man.
I don't even know where to begin. I was at the NMAX Centrium with the Rebels play-by-play man, Cam Moon, Scott Mallow. We were watching the end of this game, and I was like, boy, I really need Tebow to win this game. It was a couple of minutes left in the game, and it was like, there's no way. Tebow comes down, scores a touchdown. Marion Barber decides to run out of bounds. Denver gets the ball back with time.
Wow.
They kick a 59-yard field goal, which looked like it would have went in at about 75 yards out. And then they went in overtime because Barber fumbles again. Chris, believe in Tim Tebow. I will never bet against Tim Tebow again.
It kills me as a Raiders fan
can't believe this.
to believe in a quarterback like Tim Tebow, but he is the man. Tim Tebow is one of those guys that just wins, and whether it's him or his team, they find a way. And in Mile High, you got to give him a little credit. 59-yard field goal, it's like a 30-yard chip because that ball just keeps going, man. I'm telling you, it just keeps going. So 59 yards, it was impressive. Don't get me wrong, it was impressive. But you know what? He's one of those people that maybe the only person in the league who can say, yeah, I want to thank God for this win. And you know what? He literally has a, buddy handshake with the man upstairs.
He is the world's worst quarterback ever to play. He has to be. Those throws
he's really not that bad. Sure, he went 1 for 11, but he's got a character, and he's able to bring it back to center. Say, hey, you know what? I was going 1 for 11 or whatever.
This is incredible. This story is going to be incredible. I'm putting money on Denver to win the Super Bowl right now because I believe
it might be the best in the AFC.
Quickly, Hugh, it's time for our beef of the week. I'm going to start off with the NBA, and specifically David Stern. No, it's not for the lockout or strike or whatever they want to call it.
He's arrogant.
I want to talk about him vetoing a trade. The NBA owns the New Orleans Hornets. The Hornets know they are losing Chris Paul to free agency at the end of this year. So they went out and concocted a trade with the Houston Rockets, who were going to get Paul Gasol from the LA Lakers. The LA Lakers were going to get Paul. New Orleans was going to get 4 starters in return and a draft pick. And Stern said that's not enough because certain owners complained about it being unfair. Well, we'll see how fair it is come the next summer when Chris Paul leaves via free agency and the New Orleans Hornets have nothing left, nothing to show for it. You're the new Cleveland Cavaliers.
If that. This league could be losing teams left and right. All right, real quickly, Greg Oden, you know what? You've been hurt 3 years since you've been drafted, I think 3 or 4 years maybe. You've played maybe 20 games in the NBA, hurt every year. It looks like you're going to be hurt again for the whole season. You are the biggest bust since Big Country. You need to retire. That's my beef. Know when to retire, Greg Oden.
That's it for Sports Talk. I can't disagree.